Hello, everyone. I'm Valerie Smith, and every Thursday evening at 6:30 p.m., I'm going to come on here with a topic of choice, and I can't wait to start hearing from the community on what topics you choose to explore. Tonight, I am going to be choosing to explore the back to school time. And so what will happen is I will set my trusty timer for 10 minutes, and this sets a time frame for spirit to flow. And I will just begin channeling guidance from beyond that will give us a little bit of support in this area. So here we go. 10 minutes. We are back to school and we feel a bit frozen in time. It feels constricting and suffocating, and a bit like we are in a box of ice. And so we chip away and we chip away and we chip away at arithmetic and math and writing and reading and all of these subjects of which we have been taught that are important for us to learn. And yes, it was born of an age when we discovered the art of communication and the art of exploration. And this passion has driven us to begin that of which we seek. And therefore, we have continued on our journey, but in the same manner, in the same capacity, and in the same box. And so now we find ourselves a little bit frozen. And what we do not realize is that all we need is a little bit of heat, a little bit of that passion, a little bit of that explorational energy that we once had that has been frozen solid. And once we experience this heat, it will begin to melt away the frozenness. And then we will call upon our tenacity and grit, for we undoubtedly will discover the grief and the pain and the sadness that we must wade through and encourage each other on as we begin to melt this ice. You think that this has to be long and arduous work, that to succeed has to be hard, that one must traverse such treacherous mountains with no support. And this is not true. You have put yourself into these boxes. And when we say you, we want to address the we, for we are all one in this, even the energy beyond you. And so we would like for you to think of yourselves in this way. And science is also currently being explored to this extent and proving that in order for you to be truly well and to truly be in harmony with one another, one must move the body. One must be outside. One must explore your own interests, for you are uniquely designed. And yet, you go through these systems in order to go through more systems, to numb yourselves, and to be in a state of lack and debt. This no longer has to occur for your species, for you have evolved to a place in which you can build a new structure, one in which everybody's strengths are celebrated and uniquely placed within the systems that you create. There are some of you that are meant to be indoors more often, that are meant to be at a typewriter of sorts, but here you are typing away at your computers. Can you see yourself? Yes, this is where you're drawn to. Some of you are here to just hold the energetic vibrational experience for everyone in playfulness and in your joy. There are some of you who are more action oriented, who need to demonstrate your abilities through movement and through outside exploration. There are some of you that are required to be workers of a more mechanical route, a more hands on approach, a more intricate, detailed approach. And you can begin to organize yourselves in such a manner. So you've placed yourself in this icebox, a little bit frozen in time, forgetting who you are as explorers. Yet many of your adults have come into this understanding and are venturing outside the box. Yet we keep the children inside this box. You equally treat your animals the way you treat your students, pushing them aside, ignoring the state of being that both are in. Nobody wants to ask why we are learning, what we are learning, and how we're learning it. Just like nobody wants to ask what's in the meat. For when we begin to ask these questions, we begin to tear down the structures of which are created, and thus a wall of fear emerges. For what if, what if, what if? And this is viewed from a lens of frozenness. But please take this lens of frozenness off. For once you begin to ask deeper questions, such as, what's in the meat? What's inside of us? What makes us tick? What is true wellness? What are we here for? Then we can be satiated with the curiosity that comes up and bubbles up. And we can support each other within this curiosity, within this foresight of adventure. It would be wise of you to begin organizing yourselves around the question of what will nurture you. Many of your souls are being called to this already. It is being pulled to the gardening, to the soil, to what's in the earth. Many of your students are very encouraged by this, as are your teachers. And so we encourage all of you to be deep rooted in this idea of nurturing all of yourselves, even within the education system. For what are you educating for? When you view a long-term view without the fear of death, without the fear of repeating the history, without repeating what you do not want to occur, then this opens up doorways to which you have yet to receive the information. Your technology has advanced to such a degree that you have all of the tools you need in order to begin organizing yourselves in a very succinct fashion very quickly. One just needs to believe and to move the energy. Move, move, move with some heat. The insecurity that is present will easily be erased when you believe in a bigger picture for all. For you are not here just for your own success, but for the benefit of everyone. This idea, this watering of this seed, will indeed fuel you into the new way. And that is my timer. So thank you so much. That was really intense and beautiful. So I will see you next week at 6:30 p.m. Mwah.